Let's hear from Sebastian Vettel again, talking with Ted.
Sebastian, talk to us about the race and also that move on Jensen at the end that's now under investigation.
Well, I think we had a decent race. Obviously, not enough pace, especially once we got close enough to Fernando at some parts of the race, beginning and then after the first stop. Never close enough to really start the maneuver. In the end, I think we lost the position to Jensen, who had, I think, a good stop. He came in a little bit earlier, plus a couple laps before that I lost quite some time with Lewis, and then in the end Jensen's tires were absolutely gone, and we were able to close the gap again. And then I think it was a question of when rather than where, and tried to outbrake him. He opened the brake again and then was at the inside. I wasn't sure where he was. I couldn't see him, to be honest, in that moment, and then decided to give enough space, and decided to go offline on the slippery paint, and still was able to stay ahead, and that's how I got past him.
Do you think it was within the rules?
Well, I think clearly it's not an advantage if you try to accelerate on the paint rather than on the circuit. So, as I said, the only intention was not to crash and to give him enough room. So I had the nose, I was a little bit in front because I was braking later, and then I was pretty sure he's not giving up like that. I know him quite well, and I think we get along quite well with each other, so there's respect on both sides, and I didn't want to, squeeze him at the inside, so that's why I decided to open.
Ferrari, but he couldn't challenge the Ferrari because of the lack of top speed. And then this is Vettel getting past Button, and he just takes the off the track to overtake him.
A string of disappointments hasn't sapped DC's morale, even if it has weakened his title challenge. Now it's his turn to take advantage of the ailing Trulli. He is desperate to get ahead. Fortunately for Ferrari, Trulli is battling a fever, and now his tyres are wilting in the heat. He is struggling with rear grip. He forces Michael wide. But the atmosphere reaches fever pitch as Schumacher raises the temperature even further to snatch
Well, we saw Rubens Barrichello spinning off there, but let's have a look at Kimi Raikkonen's point of view as he comes down here to attack the leaders and gets his eyes firmly set straight away on Giancarlo Fisichella. That's the guy he wanted.
Yeah, he knew that he had that curves off the start, and then he was probably very confident.
How much an advantage is it to go wide there, David, at the start?
Well, none at all.
And this is Jenson Button's on board. We'll stay with this right through until the accident.
Okay, well, you can see he's obviously got round his teammate, picked the outside of the corner, obviously trying to be a little bit cautious there, nice and wide, and allowing for the spinning cars on the inside. Follows Kimi out onto the runoff area, probably lost a little bit of space. You can see the...
with all sorts of things going on, and he was right in the middle of the pack, just where he didn't want to be, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did well not to cream into the back of Barrichello for starters. He's parked himself down the outside. I don't think Raikkonen in front of him had any intention of taking that corner properly, which is another source of debate. Look at the slingshot Raikkonen's got in the Ferrari. Vettel busy looking at the from P4 on the grid as we take the lead. Plenty of space on the right-hand side, everybody knows that. You're allowed to do that at the start, but look at that, the wall's coming towards him, and he keeps his foot absolutely planted, as you would expect, and some nice fresh air, and a yee-haw inside that helmet, I'd imagine.
Did you hear when he just put a wheel on the grass and more
to have a dive down the hairpin. Look how much closer he's getting under DRS to Jenson Button. Second place is there for Sebastian Vettel. He's going to try and go around the hard way, round the outside. Can he cut across Button? Has he got into second place? Button's hanging on as best he can, but he can't hang on quite well enough. And Jenson Button is demoted down into third place.
Okay, they push me off the track. I think you have to leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space. Okay?
Very clear. All the time you have to leave a space, and the rule regulations say, and that's not an invitation to dinner there from Fernando Alonso. I don't know who he thinks is going to see that.